Hello and welcome to video 1 of the grade 1 bundle. Today we're going to be looking at averages, including finding the mean, median, mode and range from a set of data. On this slide you can see my set of data at the top of the screen, and the first thing I'm being asked to do is find the mean, which means add all numbers together and divide by however many numbers there are. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 5 is 14, plus 5 is 19, plus 4 is 23, plus 3, 26, 28, 29, 33, and 38. So all of my numbers together makes 38. I then need to divide by however many numbers there are. Now if I count the numbers in my list, I can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers in my list. This is the number I have to divide 38 by. Now you should know that 38 divided by 10 is 3.8. And that is the answer to mean. To find the median, I have to put the numbers in order from smallest to biggest, then cross off from the ends until you find the number in the middle. It's worth noting that if there are two numbers in the middle, you need to add them together and then divide by 2 to find the middle of the middle. So putting my numbers in order first, I can see that 1 is the smallest number in the list. I can see that there is a 2 in my list, there is a 3 in my list, and it's good practice to cross them off as you go. So I have the 1, I have the 2, and I have the 3. I can also see there are 1, 2, 3 4s, so I will write them in now. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 5s, which I will put in now. So I've put them in order from the smallest to the biggest. Now I have to cross off from the ends until I find the one in the middle. So I take from there and I take from there. And I do that until I find the number in the middle. Now it's important here to remember the note. If there are two numbers in the middle, you add them, then divide by 2 to find the middle of the middle. Now hopefully you know that halfway between 4 and 4 would just be 4. But we could also use a method in our note to check this. So 4 plus 4 is 8. And then 8 divided by 2 is 4. So the answer to the median is 4. Now mode means the most commonly occurring piece of data. And hopefully you can see from having answered the median that 5 is the number that comes up the most. Therefore 5 is the most commonly occurring piece of data. The word range means the difference between the biggest and the smallest number in the set. Now I can see again from either the list at the top of the screen or the list that I have done for median that the biggest number in the set is 5 and the smallest number in the set is 1. Now the word difference means subtract. So the difference between 5 and 1 is 4, and that is my answer for range. So now we have mean, median, mode, and range. Now it's time for you to have a go. Press pause, and when you're ready for the answers, press play. Mean requires you to add all of the numbers in the list. And then divide by the total number in the list. hopefully you got the answer 3.6. Median requires you to put the numbers in the list in order from smallest to biggest. And crossing off from the ends until you find the one in the middle. Again, we have two numbers in the middle, so adding 3 and 4 to get 7, and then dividing 7 by 2, you should get a median of 3.5. The most commonly occurring piece of data from the list above is 3 and 4. And I can write that 3 and 4. Now it's important for you to know that you can have more than one mode. And so if, for example, there was another number that came up 3 times in the list, for example, if 2 came up 3 times, then I would say that the mode was 2 and 3 and 4. That is okay. It's also important for you to know that you can have no mode. For example, if none of the numbers came up more than any of the others, then I would say that there was no mode because there was no number that occurred more often than any of the others. The range is the difference between the biggest number in the data and the smallest number in the data, which in this case is 4. Here is a GCSE question for you to try. Press pause and have a go, and when you're ready, press play. Hopefully you spotted that these numbers are in order. They are just laid out differently to the other questions we've seen so far today. So when trying to find the mode, question A, we're simply looking for the number that comes up most often. And I can see from the list of 15 numbers that 25 comes up more than any other number in the list. To find the median, I would first need to put the numbers in order. Hopefully you spotted that the numbers are actually in order, starting with the number 10 and then going in order across and down to 25. So to find the median, I simply have to cross off from the ends until I find the number in the middle. And I can see that number is 20. And the range is the difference between the biggest number in the set and the smallest number in the set, which is 15. Here is a super challenge for you to try. Press pause and have a go, and when you're ready for the answer, press play. Question A asks you to write down the mode of the 10 marks. Now hopefully you can see that the girls have 6 marks on their list and the boys have 4, and so together they have 10 marks. So I'm looking at all of these marks together in order to answer question A, and I can see that the number of marks that comes up most often is 3. So 3 is the modal amount of marks in this test. Question B asks you to work out the median mark of the boys. Now that requires me to put the boys' marks in order from the smallest to the biggest. So there's a 2, there's a 3, there's a 5, and there's a 9. And if I cross off from the ends until I get the middle, I can find the median by adding my two numbers together and then dividing by 2. And I can see that the median mark for the boys is 4. Question C asks me to work out the range of the girls' marks. Now the highest mark that a girl received is 10, and the lowest mark received by one of the girls is 2. So the range is therefore 8. And finally, work out the mean mark of all 10 students requires me to add all of these numbers together and then divide by 10. So 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 10, 18, 20, 27, 30. So that's 30 from the girls. Then I have 32, 37, 40 and 49 in total here if I add all of the marks from the boys and the girls. And I'm going to divide by 10 because there are 10 of them, and so the mean is 4.9. Congratulations, you have completed video 1 of 7. Now try video 2. And if you'd like more practice on this topic, follow the links below the video on